Hi and welcome to another rating party. So MidJourney 5 is just around the corner. Here you see the post from David from this morning and it says, "Hi everyone, we're going to try to release version 5 this week." This is great. And they asked us to rate some more images. So we'll take 10 minutes to rate the first bunch of images and 10 minutes to rate the second bunch of images. So the video will not get too long. But I still want to show you what is in version 5. So let's click on the first link here and go ahead and rate the first images. And in this case, sometimes it says it's very different images and we should just rate what we like better. In the other case, it's some kind of comparison. So I will just rate here what I like better, and I will always zoom it in a little so you can see it. So it's this Halloween guy and this room, so I prefer the room. I just go ahead here. I don't want to explain too much or talk too much. I want you to see the images. In this case, both the creature is very good. This is also very good, but I think the creature is even better because of the metal, of the lightning and everything that is going on. Here, this is a nice picture, but this has much more details. I go for this one. I do it here in a zoom like you can see both of them. I hope you can see that. And I will go for the picture on the left side. Here a very nice lion in some colored fashion. And here this creepy picture. I go for the lion. I really like the lion, looks great. Here we have ex-President Obama, it looks like, with a monkey. And here we have a staircase in comic style. Yeah, both very good. If you look at that, if you zoom it in, the faces are not that great. I like this one because it's very photorealistic. We have a nice bunny here, nice fur, nice eyes, and we have this creature here which is very photorealistic. So I go for this one. We have this painting here of the boat and we have these beautiful flowers. They look a little like they would be not real, but I still go for them. Then we have this very realistic image of this football and this water. So I go for the football, this painting of the girl and the city by night. I take the city by night. This cartoon boys here and this starship, it seems. So there's two versions of it, and I like the one on the button, so I go just for that. Of course, I'm rating both at one time. Here we have this graveyard, which is very nice. Also this rabbit out of stone is very nice, but I go for the right image. We have this Labrador dog and this man on the left side. It's very hard to rate, I would say. If you zoom in here, this is perfect. There's nothing that would tell us that this is artificial intelligence. If we go to the dog, also in the case of the dog, I would say this is pretty perfect. This is not very real, I would say, so I will rate the human. Here what we have some kind of comic with a candle, and we have this bunch of carnival people. Looking at the eyes and everything, I think this is very good, so I will go for this one. We have this guy playing cards, and we have this machine. I don't know what it can do, but they are both very good. I go for the machine. We have these two scenes, one planet and one scene in a city or in a town. I go for this scene. Then I go ahead. This is a very beautiful image of this woman and also the colors. The trees are also nice there, but they're a little blurry. So I just vote this one. I just want to remind you, we just do that for 10 minutes. So 5 more minutes. So you see some different images that will be actually here in version number 5. Here again, a pretty nice picture of a human. Then we have this lady here, both nice, but this very different style. So I rate the guy here. We have a footballer on a mountain who just won a trophy, so I go for that one. We have Santa Claus and this painting, both very nice. I go for the painting. We have these flowers. The monkey, I really like the monkey. We have this hut inside of the jungle of Bali or somewhere, and we have this lady. I go for the lady. We have this kid playing some kind of game with this creature, and we have this desert home. I go for the desert home. I also like the other one. Wow, that's good. This is already very nice. This is even nicer, I would say. So I go for that. Here we have the lady and we have a firefighter, or looks like military. And the quality of this is pretty good. So I go for the photorealistic again. Here we have the brain watching TV, or I don't know what it's doing, but it's funny. And here we have this beautiful building. I go for the building. We have these lights and we have this painting. I go for the painting because it's more my style. Then we have these military guys marching down here, and we have this futuristic city with two starships and planets. I don't know. It's hard to say. I go for the guys because it's a different style. We have a surfer, and we have, this seems to be a windsurfer, and this a water surfer. This is having some kind of dragon. I prefer this one because of the water shape. There's a zeppelin here, and there's a nice building in the dark. I go for the building in the dark. Some boy or creature standing in front of the moon, and this lady holding a ball. Maybe there's the future in the ball. I go for the moon. A very nice photorealistic looking car in the mud, and this man here holding a martini glass. This is a pretty big glass, but now it's really difficult for me to decide because this seems to me very perfect. If I go over to the person, the eyes are perfect, the ears are perfect. The glass is too big, of course, it should be smaller. You see, I drink a lot of martinis, right? So the fingers also fine. So I go for this guy because it's really outstanding, I would say. This painting here with the sharks, and I don't know if this is a dinosaur, and the building down there, and this women sitting around the fire. We especially want to look at the faces, if the faces are fine. These faces are not very nice, as you see. So I'm not going to rate for this. I'm rating this one because I want to help them to improve. Here, these cartoon characters on the right side, they are okay. Here, what about the details here? Also hard to decide. I go for this one. Here we have this lady here from the 70s or 60s, and the night riding through the wood. I really like the colors and the light in this one, but I prefer this one, a really nice and photorealistic. A Formula One car in the jungle, it's interesting. And here we have two people walking on a different moon maybe, so I go for the Formula One car. So we have these Russian dolls here on the left side, and the M, it's really hard to tell. I go for the Russian dolls because if you zoom it in, look at the faces. There's a face over here, there's a face over here, there's a face here, a face here down, and all the faces are totally fine. So I think this is a really good improvement. So let's do one last image here. This lady here walking in the rain, and this scene in some kind of cave. If I zoom in here on the fingers, it doesn't look too good, but of course maybe this is some creature of Pirates of the Caribbean, it looks like, right? So it's very hard to rate because we don't know how many fingers they should have. So I go for this guy. One more maybe because it's a nice, very nice looking dog, and this statue of Thor. This is very nice as well, but this, if we zoom in, the nose, in the dog maybe we can see the paws, no we can't, but the combination of the human, we can't see much of the face, and the dog are really good. So I go for this one. And now I will just return and click on the other link because this is comparing similar images and this was different images. I click on the second one and now we help them to compare similar images. And it's easier like that, I would say. And we will also take 10 minutes to do that. Here we have a look. It looks pretty good. It's very dark, right? So I prefer this one. Also in this one we can see the face pretty well. The eyes don't look that perfect here, but maybe he was injured already that bad that it should be like that. So I go for this one. We have these two Minecraft looking Skeletons, this one is pretty nice, but this one has much more details. So I go for this one. We have a building with a moon, and we have this scene as well, which looks more like a destroyed city. It's also, again, very hard to rate for me. I will go for the right one because I like the details more in this. Oh, a Chihuahua human. So this is, if I zoom in on this guy here, it looks pretty good. If I zoom in on this here, it's also nice. So this is a mix of a human. He even has tattoos in his face, right? So I go for the right one because this is really unique, I would say. Here we have this two men. This one looks very nice and good. This one even looks better, I would say. We take a closer look at the eyes. They are perfect. Here also we take a closer look at the eyes. They're both perfect. But my personal taste, it's hard to say. It's a little dark here. The hair are much more natural on this. So let's rate the right one. Here we have, again, these two guys. Both are very good. Let's also look at the faces in more detail. This is perfect. Faces in this detail, also perfect. The background is a little more shiny and it's more detail on this one, so I go for this one. Here we have this characters, this pixel guys, pixel robots. I go for this pixel robot. Again, some pixel art. Here it's pretty nice. This one is even better because the lightning and the details, I think. A koala. Here, again, hard to tell. Let's have a look here at the path. I'm not sure how many they should have, so it's hard for me to say. This looks really perfect. This also really looks perfect. I go for the left one. It's very hard to tell. These two ex-humans, both very good. But I think the details are much better on this one, so I go for this one. A dancer, here two people dancing, here one person. I think this is much better because there's like emotions and so inside. The face, I'm not sure, it doesn't seem to be too good on this one. Let's zoom in on the face here. Not sure if it's better. Overall, I like that better. I go for this. So we have this wise man here. Let's compare what we like better. Really hard to say again. I go for this one. I click on this one. We have this cartoon boy. Also in this case, I think the details, if you look here, the details and the light on the right side is better than on this side, but it's really hard to rate. So I go, my personal taste is this one. Vi jobbe tetel wude you huyu. So the text I hope will be even better in version number 5. Vi titu few he hio. Yeah, so I don't know what he wants, but this one is pretty good, but this is very good, I would say. Let's also look at the humans in the background. All the faces are perfect. This one is very good. We don't know what we want to say to us, right? But this is very good. So I go for this one. Here, we have a very scary moon here. Looks like it's burning and falling down from the sky. And this one. But here the moon, you see, it looks like it doesn't fit inside of the image, right? So this is blended in. This could be real. So I click on this one. We have mountains, and here clearly to see, here it's also very nice, but it's a little blurry. It doesn't have much structure. But if you look at this one, it has much more structure. I'll go for this one. It's the sea also here. It makes a big difference. You see, this is also pretty good, but here you can see it. This is not too realistic, but the water overall here is very realistic. So go for that. These two guys, I don't know how they're called in English. Yeah, I go for the right one. I don't like them too much, so I just skip over. This flower lady here, I also think it's better in the right version, so I go for the right version. We have this cathedral or this church here, looks pretty photorealistic here. I even like that better because I think the lightning and everything is much better. The rabbit, it's very different styles here. I like the left style better, so I go for the left style. Here, this guy standing in this dark alley. I also like this guy better, so I go for this guy. The cocktail glass is pretty small. Let's see what the other is. I don't know what the image prompt was, right? So I like the combination between this, and I think it's not about the size. So it's just about the combination of the realistic and the not realistic part. Here we have a very nice Ferrari. It's again hard to rate. This one is pretty nice, but this is nicer, but it's a different style. This neon circle scene, it's much nicer than neon colors. On this one, we have this bear or whoever is hiding there. This is nice because of the structure and the sunglasses and everything. It looks really real. This is also very nice. I go for this one. We have some flowers here, 2 pictures of flowers. And I go for a more detailed one on the left side. We have this painting here. I go for the one where the human is on because I like the blue more and the structure of it. Here we have some kind of cards, tickets. And again, I will go for the right one because I like the color combination more. We have drone footage or image of a drone. Again, I will go for the right one, but I think this is even more photorealistic. Then the chameleon dance. Hard to say. I really like how the body is moved in this way, but the feet are not very natural. This could be more natural, so I go for this one. Seems we have 2 logos. It looks very similar to our logo. They're stealing our logo. I go for the right one. Here we have this woman meditating with some light circles or some energy flows. This is pretty nice. I just have a closer look at the feet, at the fingers. They're perfect. Face is perfect. Also in this case, we can't see the feet or the fingers, so I rate this one. The fox, the structure I like much better on the left one, so I go for the left one. Oh, we have this cartoon. Here it really depends, right, what style you prefer. This looks more like a realistic one. This looks more like in a cartoon. I go for the realistic one. We have 2 old Ferraris now in some kind of stable found there. This looks very nice, but this even looks more photorealistic if you have a look here. This is pretty good. So I go for this one. Here we have some town in Tibet or some northern Indian country. I go for the right one because it's even more photorealistic again. Here from the colors, I prefer the brighter one, which is the right one. I go for this one. Here we have the sand going through. And clearly, I prefer this one because it looks really photorealistic. That's also funny. Some kid in the bed with a computer or whatever that is. The robot here in the background. And this one. They're both very good, but I think this is even better here, the right one, because all the details and the colors and the style of the photo. So I go for that. Let's check the time. Let's do 3 more. So these 2 scenes here, I prefer the one with the lady on the right one, of course. This is a camera. This is very good, very nice. Here, this is even better, I would say. So I go for this one. We have this boy in this scene here. Again, very hard to rate. The egg in the hand. I go for this one because I think the details are better. Pigeon, destroying everything. Here, pigeon in a studio, probably the image prompt. I like the right one as well because there are much more details, there are much more pigeons. You have all these details on the wall here. It's very nice, so I go for that one. Let's do the last one here, this architecture. I like the left one, but the right one could even be more real and realistic. So maybe one more for the ladies, of course, because I don't want to be unfair, right? So I don't know what the ladies would pick here. I just zoom in on the faces and on the body for the ladies a little and have a look what's going on here. Here, I mean, he's holding the ball pretty well in the hand, right? Here, not really. The ball is below the hand, so he's not really holding the ball, but the face is even better and the lighting is much better. So it's very hard for me to decide. I will go for the left one because he's holding properly the ball in the hands. So I hope that was useful. On this, don't forget, was actually the preview or the rating, the last rating probably for version number 5. If you have a paid MidJourney account, please head over to the announcements and help them to rate the images. I hope that was useful and I see you in one of my next videos. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and I will see you. All the best for you. Bye bye. See you. Take care.